Hello, my name is Gordon Seeley. I'm a director of The Perfect Practice, and I'm delighted to have with me today my co-director, Dr Alun Batley, who is a leading specialist in lean systems thinking. We're here today to have a short conversation about lean systems thinking, what it is, how it applies to the accounting profession, and how accounting firms can actually benefit from having a lean systems approach applied to their firm. So, Alan, welcome. And my first question to you is actually, what is lean?
Okay, well, that's a leading question, and I could sit here for 2 hours giving you the history of lean, but I think everyone would get bored and probably switch off. Just so everyone does understand, the origins of lean come from the Toyota production system, and the concept of lean, as opposed to the Toyota production system, came about from a book written by two guys, Womack and Jones, in the early 1990s, 1989-90, called The Machine That Changed the World. That gives you a very, very brief history of the origins of lean. But what actually is lean? That's a very much more interesting question and probably a better thing to discuss. So when we talk about lean, we've got a number of concepts, philosophies, and practical tools that we can use to enable the application of lean to be of benefit to any organization, including accountants. The first thing we talk about is value, and we define value by the term, will the customer pay for this? What is value in the eyes of a customer? It's not necessarily the same value you see as a business owner, but it is the value from the customer's perspective. From value, we then look at flow. We look at how work flows through an organization, and not just work, information, etc. How it flows from the customer, say, initial interaction to the customer receiving their finished product or receiving their set of accounts and so on. How does the work actually flow? How does the information flow? How does anything else flow through the organization? The third element of lean we look at is perfection, or possibly easier defined as quality. And we define quality quite specifically as delighting the customer. It's an old definition, delighting the customer first time, every time, at the right price. And the customer is not necessarily the client, it's the next person in the chain. And just taking that philosophy on board can have a radical change in the way that you undertake your business, can have a significant improvement on how you actually function, on how you understand flow within your business. The other element of lean is what we call waste, and waste is almost the opposite of value. Waste is anything that doesn't add value, and when you start looking for waste within a business, it's everywhere. And the key is to eliminate all waste that you can eliminate. Some waste you can't eliminate. For example, there has to be sometimes a short distance where you move a product, a file or whatever. So you can't actually eliminate it, but you can reduce it. So any waste you can't eliminate, you reduce. And another element we talk about with lean is when you've started, when you've improved efficiency, effectiveness by 20, 30, 40%, you continue. It's continuous improvement. Everything is improvable, everything is continuously improvable.
So much has been said about lean and its applicability to the manufacturing sector, because I understand that that's where it first emanated from. How then do you see lean applying to the accounting profession and to accountancy firms in particular?
Okay. Rather than answer specifically for accountants, accountants are intelligent people and they'll be able to understand how this actually works for them. The first thing is that business is about converting a service or a product into money. And in order to do that, you need a money-making machine. And accountancy practices should be money-making machines where a product, a file, etc. comes in, and you convert that through undertaking activities and adding knowledge, information, intelligence, etc. You convert that into a finished product which can be a completed file or whatever. And through that process, you make money or add value. So lean is applied by ensuring that your money-making machine is actually a money-making machine. It's also one of the key elements of lean is that ensuring that people are involved at all stages and that they are adding value. And it can be applied again to an accountancy practice by ensuring that all the people within the organisation are clear about what they're trying to do, are clear about how they are adding value, and are able to suggest and indicate continuous improvement activities, better ways of doing things. In other words, opening up the organisation to the voice of the people, as we used to call it many years ago. So it will free up your people, enable them to get involved through utilising concepts and tools and techniques. It will increase capacity because it takes away all the non-value added activities or waste. And it will enable you to meet your customer requirements and client requirements much easier and much more effectively than you're doing now.
Now, I know you've worked with a number of accounting firms, and I'm very interested to know, from your experience of working with those firms, what are the typical signs, Alan, that have been indicated to you that suggest that those firms are in need of a lean systems thinking approach? Okay,
well, there's a number of signs that I've noticed over the years and identified. Rather than just read a list, let me just explain. Firstly, there's errors and rework. Things done twice. So if something's done twice, you need to work out that it's going to cost you 3 times what it would have cost you if you did it once. That's a catch for you to work out. Secondly, there's low morale within the organisation because people miss deadlines. People don't want to miss deadlines, but they do miss deadlines, or they're not getting the work flowing through to them. And that causes low morale, not just with the employees, but including partners who get more and more frustrated because the system isn't working as they want it to work. We see lots of missed deadlines, peaks and troughs of work, bottlenecks, and I think this is something that is very poorly understood. Bottlenecks cause delays in the whole process, not just in the typical resource that's being described as a bottleneck. And dealing with bottlenecks is another sign of a misconception within accountancy practices because they treat every resource as a bottleneck and they try to improve every resource, which becomes a very mind-blowing exercise and doesn't actually contribute to throughput at all. Low profit margins, dissatisfied customers, you know, if the work's not being done on time. A regular search, I've seen this in accountancy practices, instead of making working better with the customers they currently have and making it more effective, efficient and easier and more profitable, they're regularly searching for more customers, even though they haven't got the capacity because they don't use it properly to deal with the ones they've got. So rather than constantly searching, which is an expensive exercise anyway, how do we learn to be more effective with the people we've got, with the customers we've got, and ensure that flows properly? And finally, I think the question I've been asked by a number of partners is, where's my life gone? Where's my life? You know, I came into this thinking that I could have a business that would operate for me and with me, but actually it's taking my life over.
So some really serious signs there that you've experienced. So tell me that, I'm interested to know how you see lean systems thinking approach benefiting those accountancy firm owners and the firms themselves and the team members involved.
Okay. Well, the first thing is that lean is not a a golden bullet that you can just fire at the organization and the organization is cured. It needs thinking. And that's why it's called lean systems thinking. But the thinking has to be done by everyone, not just by I'm the partner, I'm the thinker, the rest of the people who do. Everyone has to be involved on an equal level in contributing to business improvement. So lean has a set of techniques, as I mentioned earlier, like looking for waste, value stream mapping, etc., which helps people to better understand the business and then to look at how it can be improved. So it needs teamwork, it needs people to work together genuinely, not just we're going to set up a team and we don't really believe them. It has to be set up genuinely as a team. You can look at waste and reduction of waste, which will enable cost reductions, significant cost reduction. You look at work in progress. Reducing work in progress will increase flow. Not many people understand that, but as soon as they do it, they will understand that. And increasing flow of work to the customer. Lean will increase capacity because it takes out all the non-value added activities that you're undertaking. And secondly, it improves quality, so you don't have to do things twice, 3 times and so on. And it enables you to focus on the significant issues that you have to deal with in order to move the business forward. It's a no-brainer, you know, it's a no-brainer. And the key to me is to customize the approach to the organization. It's not about bringing in lean and saying, this is how it works. It's bringing in lean, talking about it, but understanding the practice, the organization, wherever you're working, and then introducing appropriate tools and techniques with the people, including the partners, anyone else who's involved in the organization, and then focusing on key specific issues and opportunities. It's the old thing about diagnose first, but not spend months and months diagnosing. As soon as you find something, deal with it. You know, the old ready, aim, fire, not ready, fire, aim, which is how many organizations work at the moment.
Well, you provided, Alan, a fascinating insight into how lean systems thinking can apply to accounting firms. And I can see really powerful results coming from that approach. So thank you once again for letting us have the benefit of your wisdom, insight and knowledge into lean. And I hope the viewer really gets some benefit out of listening to Alan speak about how lean can really benefit their firm. Thank you, Alan.
Thanks, Gordon. Thank you.